Nice.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Legends Look Back, proudly part of the Utini Podcast Network. This is a Star Wars books podcast for all the Soul Skaters out there, where we celebrate our rich EU history as well as dive into lesser-known Star Wars classics. I'm your host, Jared Mays, not Watto, despite, what it looked like there for a second. And I'm joined tonight by also not Watto, Freddie C.
Hey! First of all, Jared, for those of you who are listening to the podcast, Jared is wearing this amazing actual X-Blades shirt. We're talking Brink. This is a legitimate shirt. Rick,
got
go back
got
to
it for Christmas.
Go back to Jared real quick.
Got it for Christmas. My lovely wife got it at Walmart.com because I'm classy like that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right. Freddie, when you
The
woke
home
up today, did you say, today I'm gonna, what is it? Today I'm gonna skate. What is it? Today I'm gonna, I forget. There's a quote. I just butchered
We're
it.
gonna have to do a watch, Jared. We're gonna have to do a watch party.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Love it. Love it. You know who else is not Watto, but would look great on Team Puppin Suds? Rick Grace.
Hey! I feel like I would be the most Watto among us. Like, whenever I shave, I kind of have that, like, the double chin and, like, the grizzly. So, like, I could probably pull off a Watto. I'm not proud of it, but it's there.
Huh. I'm trying to think. Does Watto have a double chin?
He's got, like a greasy, beard chin, neck beard. That's the one.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I spend a lot more time looking at the snout, to be honest. Well, we're all going to spend a lot of time looking at the snout tonight because tonight's episode, first and foremost, we're going to talk about some upcoming Legends news. We are then going to, of course, chase that with some of the greatest Star Wars memorabilia ever made in the history of the franchise. That's right. We are going to do the definitive Legends Look Back Phantom Menace merch tier list live here on the show. So for all of our live viewers, you're going to get a chance to tell us your favorite merch items. We'll add them to the tier list. You can help us bump them up and down. We're going to play a little game with that before it's all said and done. And guys, I'm going to be honest, my desk overflowing with Phantom Menace action figures. I pulled them all out of the bin, and I'm going to show them off on the show tonight because, of course, this is the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace coming up here in May. And so we're going to talk about
Nice.
everything from the KFC buckets to the Pepsi machines, guys. Are you excited?
Oh yeah. Isn't it like is May 19th the premiere date? Do you know off the top of your head?
Do you think I just have in the top of my head the premiere dates of
you
every
have the
Star
year.
Wars movie?
But the reason I ask
Me
is like
too.
that's the date of my wedding. What is that? 20 something. I can't do math. A long time before my wedding, but like it's the same day. So technically, I got married on the anniversary of Phantom Menace, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, speaking of marriages, what if Fode or Bede wanted to get married? How would that work? You know what I'm talking about? The guys, they're like the twin head podcast guys.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the talk show guys.
Yeah.
They'll be great podcasters. Let's be honest.
One speaks
yeah.
English, the other one speaks Huttese, right?
Something like that.
Is that right?
Something like that. I think
Oh
so.
man.
They're the ones who say,
Very
"It's
basic.
Skywalker."
Yeah.
Isn't that them?
I feel like they would be the new age in an open relationship kind of people. 'cause,
Okay, get out of here, Rick.
that's
We don't
the
want
only
any of
way
that
to
nonsense on our
make
old
that
school 90s
work.
podcast.
I
Come
know.
on, man.
I mean, how else would it work? It's weird, but yeah. All right.
Yeah,
we
this
went
is
there,
where if I was the
sorry.
producer, I would boot Rick off the show with a.
I'll just
Oh, see himself out. All right, he's gone. Here we go. No, actually, we need Rick for this next part because he's doing something technical for us we've never done before. He's back. Okay.
I'm back.
Yeah, we do need you, Rick.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
Freddie, let's get into a little segment that we call Legends. How'd you like my sound effect there? Legends Lookout.
Good.
Out. Where we talk about the upcoming EU news.
Mm.
And Rick, lead us off. What do we have here? What are we looking at?
Yes, this is iJedi. Now, that in itself is not news, but out today is the unabridged audiobook for everyone's favorite iJedi. And this book, of course, is by Michael A. Stackpole, and the audiobook is narrated by Mark Thompson. And so you get over 20 hours of unabridged Corin Horn content. Who doesn't want that?
That's a lot of Corin Horn,
20.
man.
And first person Corin Horn, no less. Yeah, so if you aren't already a Audible subscriber, you can get this audiobook for free by heading over to utini.com/audible, and we'll get you hooked up, man. It's pretty good stuff.
That's right. And I forgot that link even existed, but we found it tonight for you. Congratulations. If you haven't used it before, you get a free copy of the iJedi audiobook. But if you're on the fence about it, you got one of those credits sitting in your account, you're not certain if you are going to get this or not, because after all, you've read iJedi 500 times. Well, Rick, we've got good news, don't we?
We do. Let's have a little listen to some of the sample available. Sound good?
That's right. We've got a sample
it.
of the brand new, just released today. I mean, this is the benefit of a live show. This came out today. The iJedi Essential Legends Collection, unabridged audiobook.
Are we gonna get booted from YouTube? We'll find out soon.
We will, in fact. It's available for free. This sample they put out for general consumption. We're gonna keep it within the fair use. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. All right, here you go. Goodbye, guys.
In fact, the only benefit of being assigned to go after the Invids was that their leader, ex-Moff Leonia Tavira, seemed to have a taste for a life of leisure. When her Invidius vanished between raids, we usually had a week of downtime before having to worry about another attack. Mirax and I put this free time to good use, rebuilding our home and our relationship. But with that came some consequences that I saw as incredibly disruptive, on the scale of Thrawn disruptive. Mirax decided she wanted children. I have nothing against kids. In fact, the only benefit of being assigned to go after the
Oh, no, you cut out at the best part. He says something great about kids there. I listened to it earlier. He says, I have nothing against kids. In fact, I love dropping them off at the babysitter and never seeing them again, or something like that. It's incredibly. I love it when they're other people's kids, and I see them for a second, and then they go home. Or it's extremely Corin Horn.
About as corny as it gets.
That's right.
You know what?
So-
I wonder if now having because it's a different production right now, we've got an auditory way of taking it in. If people that disliked the first one will like this because it's like they're being told through that point of view instead of them reading it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a listen. Or if the people who hated it will, in fact, have to puncture their eardrums. I mean, that could happen too.
I mean,
It's 50-50.
the things that happen. I will say,
Yeah.
I forgot how slow one speed is. I'm like a
I know, me too.
2-speed guy, so I was like, "Oh my goodness, is this what Mark Thompson always sounds like?" He's always a fast talker in my brain.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to-
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to speed up Corin Horn. Let's be honest. All right, but love that. Glad it's out. Let's move on. We've got some more really exciting Legends news. Freddie, in fact, you saved the show with this. Just seconds before the show started, you said, the Omnibuy. Tell the folks about the Omnibuy.
I did. Rick was right there, ready to press the green button to broadcast, and I said, "No, halt!" We have a couple of things to talk about. So, a couple of Omnibuy sales are about to happen right now, or are they? They're ongoing.
I
want to
believe
say
these are live sales.
Big-
Correct.
these are live as of 3/12/2024. Big Bad Toy Store. We've got the Rebellion Volume 1, which is going for $69. And then we've got the New Republic Volume 1 for $63. So
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure I
pretty
paid
decent.
80 a piece on these, so that's pretty good.
yeah, just to give you some idea, right now it's about 45% off for the Rebellion Omnibuy. Or for Volume 1. And then for New Republic Omnibus, that is $125
Wow.
full price. So you're getting it for $62.50.
And what's funny is it's at Big Bad Toy Store, so you could also add it to your pile of loot. Grab a couple like Thrawn, get you Mara Jade action figure, one that I got recently. It's not in yet. The Bastila action figure, because I've put up I had to show this off sometime. I put up a KOTOR display in my room.
Ooh,
So I do like feature pieces, like it's a museum.
that's cool.
So when I
I've wanted
bring
to do
guests
that.
here,
Yeah.
I'm like, I've got a featured portion of my collection. At one point, I had a Thrawn featured piece. Right now, I've got the KOTOR featured. I had a Dark Empire going for several months there. So anyway, very excited about those. But let's move on from the books because we've got some fun things happening in the video game world. That is, classic Star Wars Battlefront games have come to modern consoles. So the classic Star Wars Battlefront collection has come to modern consoles. Lucasfilm Games has announced at a recent Nintendo Direct that fans would be able to play the original Battlefront and Battlefront 2. Rick, I believe we've got a promo image for this on the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PC, and the way I'll be playing them on my extremely long drive and flight that I've got coming up here in a few days to Colorado on the Nintendo Switch. Very
Nice.
excited to have these on the Nintendo Switch. But guys, there's added functionality. Have you guys heard about this?
Yeah, some of the expanded characters and the new maps as well.
Well, yeah, let's see here. So these first came out in 04 and 05. The collection hits the shelves this week on March 14th, and they've got added content, which is classic. In addition to the classic maps that were already on the games in the first place, there's now new maps. Yes, Rick. So Jabba's Palace, Yavin 4, Rinvar, and Cloud City. Very cool. I don't know what Rinvar is, but I'm sure our listeners will let me know there in the comments. And to top it all off, Lucasfilm Games also added 2 new playable characters to this relaunch. None other than the man, the myth, the smile from outer space. Kit Fisto. Kit Fisto and Asajj Ventress, everybody's favorite bald-headed lady. So I can't wait to tear people up with the smile, the double-bladed lightsabers. It's going to be great. Did you guys play these back in the day?
I played them some, not back in the day, because this was in the phase when I didn't get to play all the time. But I went back and I played on my classic Xbox. Like I think it was Battlefront 2. I played probably 5 years ago for the first time.
Okay.
But I have a question about this. Have we heard anything about a limited run for this game?
Oh, no. I checked a week or two ago and didn't see anything, but
Okay.
do need to check back. If any of our fans have heard, let us know in the YouTube comments, or if you're listening on audio later, send us an email at what is it? legendslookback@utini.com. You can also contact us on Twitter at legendslookback or in the Utini Discord. Let us know. If you know about a limited run on these, we would love to find out. Freddie, did you play these? I spent like 2 summers doing nothing but mow lawns, swim, and play Battlefront with my best friend Braden. Shout out to
Nice.
Braden. Braden's a real one.
I want to say that I had a PSP with Battlefront on it. And I had, oh man, I just remember hanging out under the bleachers somewhere playing Battlefront instead of going to class.
That's what
That's
one does
great.
under the bleachers in the 90s or early 2000s.
Early 2000s. That's great.
2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
That's
mine
cool.
in the bedroom. Okay. Anyway, moving on. That's not the only video game news that we've got, which is we also have the Dark Forces remaster coming to consoles and PC. I almost said PE, like it was gym class back
Are
in
you threatening
2003.
Threatening
Yeah.
me?
Man, this is fantastic. What a great time to be a Legends fan, guys. We got
Oh, yeah.
an iJedi audiobook coming out today. The Battlefront games getting re-released on modern consoles, and Dark Forces. According to a press release on StarWars.com, Kyle Katarn really can do just about everything, says Night Drive Studios' Max Wayne. And while he's doing everything, he manages to generally stay very cool and calm. Stealing the plans for the Death Star? Yep. Defeating Boba Fett? Yep. I mean, not me. I could never beat Boba Fett, but some people can. Punching out Kell Dragons? Yep, he can do that. And that's just in Dark Forces. Thanks to Lucasfilm Games and Night Drive Studios, a new generation of Star Wars gamers can experience Katarn's first adventure on consoles and PC. I almost said PE again, guys. Come on. With updated high-resolution graphics, realistic lighting and atmospheric effects, a new playable level, and more. This is so cool. Guys, we first stole the Death Star plans in Dark Forces in, get this, ready? 1995.
Wow.
I remember playing this, and then the screensaver on the PC that we had at home was the one that was like the brick wall maze. You know what I'm talking about? Where you're like stuck in the Windows maze forever in Windows 94 or 95, whatever it was. Anyway, it was one of the first-person shooter games, it popularized what has become a multi-billion-dollar game genre at this point.
Mhm.
And it, of course, inspired spin-offs, including Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight, and Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. All right, out of all these, we got Battlefront 2, and Dark Forces. Which one are you guys going to play first?
Battlefront. Easy.
OG
Battlefront 2.
Yeah, Battlefront 2's got the better story.
It does. But do we play for the story? Sometimes we just play to fight.
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
get those headshots on Kashyyyk.
Did somebody say fleet combat? I mean,
There is fleet
Fleet
combat.
combat
too.
is the
Yeah.
best. Yeah.
So Dark Forces Remaster is
Shame.
available now. Oh, go ahead, Freddie.
No, that's it. You guys are right.
Yeah,
That's
Dark
the right
Forces 2. Dark Forces Remaster is available now on Windows PC via Steam. It's also on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Series S, and the Nintendo Switch. And one more item here for Legends Lookout. I think Watto needs to make this announcement. What do you guys think?
sure. Of
All
course.
right, Freddie, you do the voice. I'll show the face.
Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. Hey, Star Wars Episode 1. The
You
Phantom
don't
Menace
actually have to
is
do
getting...
this.
Yeah, this is amazing. So I can't believe it's already 25. That's an insane number. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, is getting a 25th anniversary release in theaters this May 3rd.
Ooh.
All right. That's amazing. So Jared, what does this mark? This is a
Man,
big deal.
This is the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace, and I'm so excited. I actually haven't told Rick yet. I'm planning on coming down to watch this with Rick. So I think we need to. We're going to record some content, do a little thing for Legends Look Back.
Nice.
I feel like I got to do this. Shouldn't I hang out with the Star Wars bro on Star Wars Day?
Let's do it.
I
That being
know.
said, I just planned Senior Sunday for May 5th. So,
You need a guest preacher?
maybe.
Hey, kids,
actually.
I don't know you, but may the force be with you.
Yeah.
Have fun this May the 4th Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with your
Now it's an
Star
Eve.
Wars friends. Let's talk about that, guys. I saw a post on X that said, I can't say that with a straight face. Oh my gosh, I tried. I really did try. I saw a post on Twitter of someone, and I don't remember who this was. If this was you, let us know. Please roast us in the comments for not giving you credit. It was someone making a joke about the roll up to the Phantom Menace re-release with one of these, and so they had one of the cup toppers from Pizza Hut, KFC, Taco Bell. They had one of these. It was like they're gonna go into the theater and drink out of Watto's neck meat, and I was like, you know what? I thought about this for weeks. It has now inspired what is tonight's show. We're going to do a Phantom Menace merch retrospective, definitive tier list ranking. Retrospective extravaganza deluxe edition. So there's so much merch. You guys know like the lore behind the Phantom Menace merch? The lore is that when they tested the waters with the re-releases, the special editions of the original trilogy in 97, they did, in Shadows of the Empire, they put out merch, and it was to test if their marketing systems could hold up to the pressure, the demand of the audience. Okay, so the idea with this was, let's see if it can handle it. Well, what they ended up doing was biting off more than they can chew. Lucasfilm ended up cranking out
Of course.
so much extra merch, way too much merch for the Phantom Menace. So this movie, of course, you know what I'm talking about, guys, right? The Phantom Menace starring R2-D2.
Are we talking R2-D2?
Yeah.
Are we talking about like all of the Taco Bell rounds, like all of that, or is this
All of it.
what kind of pressure are we talking about here?
We're gonna we're talking about like when you go to the store, you go to like Toys R Us back in the day. Long live Toys R Us. S in the chat for Toys R Us.
F.
Um,
It's coming back.
Yep.
is it?
Allegedly.
Yep. I think Babies
I
R
saw
Us
one
are
at,
still.
I think DFW.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Last time we
Yeah.
were all in Canada. So anyway, it was like the demand of can you go the morning that the merch is released? Can you go to Toys R Us and get Star Wars toys at a reasonable? Can you find what you're looking for? I did this back with like the sequels recently, 2015, 16, 17. I was going to the store, Toys R Us, Target, Walmart. I was hitting up all the stores. Freddie, I know you do this too.
As one does.
You collect every last piece of merch for the new movie. You get all the T-shirts. You get them all because these are the kind of fans we are. Well, they overdid it on the Phantom Menace, and so what we had was record-breaking amounts of merch. This is the most merchandised movie of all time.
Wow.
Blanket statement, according to my statistics. Okay. So we're going to go down through the list of what we consider some of the highlights, some of the greatest pieces of Phantom Menace merch ever made. So we're going to talk about action figures. We're going to talk about deluxe pieces. We're gonna talk about everything released at KFC, Taco Bell, the other place.
It was too much. It was too much.
It was a lot.
We're gonna get into the
Yes, and
nitty
we'll
gritty
get
here.
there.
Hopefully we'll show you some stuff you've never seen before. Hopefully you can tell us about some stuff that perhaps we hadn't thought about. And then at the end of the show, we're gonna rank it all in a definitive list. Make sense, Rick?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Behind the scenes here, he's like, I've got way too many toys here. I sent him so many pictures.
So many.
Of nonsense. I hope
many.
it frightened you, Rick. I really do.
It was overwhelming, but that was also Phantom Menace was overwhelming in a beautifully glorious
was.
way.
That's right. I mean, this movie, it was amazing. It was
beautiful
groundbreaking, record-breaking. I mean, back in 1999, people were like, Star Wars is back. Except for this time, it's starring Keira Knightley and the Devil.
Yep, that's about right.
Isn't that what people think of when they think of the Phantom Menace?
Yep. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jesus, and Darth Maul, Devil.
Guys, what was like your
Oh,
first
man.
impression of the Phantom Menace 25 years ago?
Utter shock.
Yeah,
I mean,
Utter shock. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, this is nuts.
I
That's what I remember.
I love it, and I remember it's taken me like, it was cool to hate on episode 1 for a long time, at least recent past 10 years, probably more, I guess. But anyway, as a kid, this is what got me to Star Wars. Like I remember just loving all of it. I was like, there's more movies about Star Wars. I want to know about this. And that's what got me into the original trilogy. I'd probably seen them once, but this was really my gateway to really see how big of a deal Star Wars was. I remember this is the first time I saw the line for a movie wrap around the building.
yeah,
And
the lines were crazy.
that's cool.
I would stand in line with all the college students. My dad worked as a dean of students, and I would just like tell them everything they already probably knew about Star Wars.
Nice.
I was like, "Did you know?" Anyway, I was that kid. So we're gonna get into it tonight. Let's get into the merch. And I remember going, with family members. We would go to Taco Bell, KFC, and I found out they had Star Wars merch. And then I was like, guys, we are eating nothing but Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut for the next 3 weeks. We need to collect every last one of these. And so I don't have it all, but I do have a considerable amount. Rick, give me the one. I'm going to go through quickly some of my Phantom Menace merch. Here we got Handless Samuel L. Jackson, because I left him in the bin with a bunch of Sith Lords, and he got his hand cut off. I've
Never the
got
same.
Adi Gallia, my wife's favorite Jedi, because in
Nice.
the PlayStation 1's Jedi Power Battles, she had a pink lightsaber. Here
Okay.
I've got little Natalie Portman. She was definitely a KFC Pizza Hut toy.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
no joints.
I've been collecting these. I only have a few, but I want to get the whole Jedi Council. I've got Oppo
Oh,
Rancisis in his
Oh,
chair.
yeah.
Also, I've shown this before, but I can't get enough of it. If you lift his skirt, his robe, he's got extra hands under there, which is
What?
freaky. Yep.
That is crazy. I didn't know
Nice.
that.
Yeah. So then I've got Puppet Yoda, Catcher's Mitt Yoda, in his chair.
Catcher Smith Yoda.
Yeah, his face looks like a catcher's mitt. Okay, and then I've got another Mace Windu sitting in his chair. Okay, Somebody in church in Massachusetts gave me these horrifying
Oh
12-inch Queen
I'm-
Amidala's. My
I
daughters have been.
think I've got that. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's been doing
This
tea
needs to
parties
be
with.
casted
Yeah,
Nice.
she's been doing tea parties with Barbie.
house.
Okay, just a few
Okay,
more here.
okay.
We got Sabe. She is like, we just pretend that she's Queen Amidala, but like sport mode. I've got the Jar Jar from Pizza Hut. And it used to be when you lifted his hands, he stuck his tongue out, but
Oh yeah.
he licked too much and his tongue doesn't do that anymore. I've got a couple of the Comtech
Oh,
chips. We'll
man.
talk about these. The Comtech
Oh
chips.
yeah.
Those are
Nice.
a great piece of lore. And then I've got every single one of the cup toppers. My favorite piece in my collection. Let's run down through the list, guys. Let's start off with the 3 3/4-inch action figures with the Comtech chips.
Mm.
So,
Those are so fun.
Freddie, there's a ton of these. Tell us some of the highlights.
Yes. Okay, some of the highlights. So you would buy this character, but you had to buy first a Comtech, I guess, receiver, something to receive that signal. You'd place it right on there, and it would basically be quotes of whatever that person said in the movies.
It's like hit clips for Star
I guess
Wars.
high level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
hit clips
problem
from
is,
Star Wars.
and I tried to get an audio clip for us to play. I couldn't secure it. But let's look it up on YouTube, guys. It is not the voices of the actors. Not
Oh, that's the funny part.
even remotely.
There's supposed to be snippets of the character, but like Mace Windu, go check out Mace Windu. It's not.
It
who
sounds
you
like
think it is.
Sidious.
It's not Samuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
That's
mostly
funny.
just sounds like AI reading it.
Hmm.
I wonder
But yeah,
who-
we've got
who they
there's some
used
real
here.
standout figures out of these. I mean, they made 38 figures in the original line. 38,
That's crazy.
including Adi Gallia made the cut, which is cool. Captain Panaka. There's
Mhm.
a Panaka figure. Captain Tarples. I mean, I wish I could get Panaka and Tarples and then stick them in Luke Skywalker's speeder to just go on a road trip together. Just, Captain's Day Out. Okay, there's some other good ones. Chancellor Valorum.
Yep.
You got the pit droid, the droideka. I mean, there's some amazing. Rick Ollier and Rune Hako. And of course, can't forget Rick. Show the good folks. C.O. Bibble even got his own figure. C.O. Bibble even made the cut. The character.
Oh man,
who-
where is he?
If you, yeah, I mean, I've got a ton in there. It's okay if you can't find it. C.O. Bibble. He might just be in the tier list, so we'll get to that.
Okay.
He's a character that Charles once described on The Living Force as a real barrel of laughs. All right, moving on. After the 3 3/4-inch action figures, there's deluxe figures. Rick, you know about the deluxe figures?
Let's see, like the 12-inch ones,
No.
or
There were 3 figures: Darth Maul, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon, that were just 3 3/4-inch figures that came with lightsabers.
oh,
The lightsabers, you would just like hook it onto the back of the figure to wiggle them with. And as far as I can see, that's what they did.
okay,
There's also hologram figures.
yes. I
Um,
wanted to collect those because there's a bunch of them.
Well, they've remade some new ones,
mm,
but there were plans to make a ton of these originally. As far as I can see, there were only 2 released way back in the day. Darth Maul and Qui-Gon, though I've seen Sidious, so obviously my statistics are not right.
I want to say I've seen like most of the Jedi Council.
Okay.
But I could be thinking something else. I don't know.
I did a ton of digging getting ready for this episode, but even then, there's so much merch that
Yeah.
there's a
I
chance
just
that
want to give everyone an idea of how much there is. There's niches within niches within niches, right? Like I just pasted a link here called Prototype Pair Archives, and it's all about the Comtech, the technology, the prototypes.
It's crazy.
There's just so much around this. I mean, it's a whole beast in itself, this era of marketing.
Hey, speaking of beasts, there were even
Wow.
creature sets. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's the Ammo Wagon and Falumpa set. There's Eope with Qui-Gon Jinn, Famba and Gungan warrior, Jabba the Hutt with two-headed announcer, Kadu and Jar Jar Binks, and that's right, you're looking at the OPC killer and Qui-Gon Jinn. This is one of the pricier sets of the bunch.
Man.
Yeah, going fishing with Qui-Gon. Going noodling.
I recall. Yeah, going noodling. This set specifically, and the basically any Darth Maul off the shelves, you could never find them. That was the one thing that I noticed. Anything that was Darth Maul related, gone.
Yeah, you know who's not flying off the shelves? C.O. Bibble.
C.O. Bibble.
Still there.
There's also we've got the deluxe sets. There's hologram figures. There's creature sets. There's cinema scenes. Now these are cool. The cinema scenes. So we've got the Mos Espa encounter, Tatooine showdown, and the scene that all the kids want to play, Watto's pod racing box. So it's Watto and buddies watching the pod race. They released toys for that, which is cool.
Teaching the children to gamble.
Jared, we've got the most important stuff though.
This is what you love, Freddie. This is what you
likely
love.
Rick. Hold on. Vamp for a little bit, please.
Oh dear.
Well, I imagine he's going to get a vehicle of some sort because he said Rick. But first, Rick, let's mention the play sets. The play sets, this might be what he's going to get. We'll see. The play sets, there's 3 that I could find. The R2-D2 carry case. This is dope. So this harkens back to the OG days of like the C-3PO, the Darth Vader heads that you open up and put the toys in. My cousins had that. I wonder if they still have it and I could like buy it from him. Anyway, this one is an R2-D2. You put your toys in, but when you unfold it will turn into the catwalk that they can duel on. Maul, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon. So that's cool. I had a kid helping me today. That's a weird way to say that. We were watching a kid for a friend. The kid was sick, couldn't go to school. Mom started a new job, couldn't miss a day of work, and my wife was sick. So I watched this kid for a few hours. Shout out to the kid. You know who you are. And I showed her all of these pictures, and she said this is the coolest one. I showed her like 300 episode 1 toys. This was her choice of the lot, but she was feverish. I mean, so she could be wrong.
Right.
There's the R2-D2 carry case, the generator complex, and the feed hanger play set.
Ooh.
All right, Freddie, vehicles. What do you have?
It's definitely one of my favorites. Beat Up, because I played with it quite a bit. I might make this a Mandalorian ship. It's a little bent around, right? It's kind of around the edges, but this is it, man. The vehicles of this era, I would say, were just so beautiful, so elegant.
Yeah.
Nubian, I think.
It's got I still have the missile here too. I have not lost it yet.
Well, wait till you have kids, Freddie. You'll lose it.
And more than one way.
They're gonna. Anyway.
So he is holding an
vehicles,
M1 Starfighter for our audio listeners.
Nice.
Yeah, Freddie, can you go down the list of some of the highlights of the vehicles that were released? There's a ton.
Yeah, this one, the first one was one of my favorites. Anakin Skywalker's Pod Racer. Those things are so fun, right? You could hold it right in the middle.
Yeah, I've got that one, but it's on the shelf. So.
Oh, do you?
See
I've got the Lego version.
Nice.
Flash Cannon.
Okay.
Flash Speeders. Do you guys have any of these at all?
I don't know what those are.
Ball, Catapult.
Don't have that
Naboo
one.
Fighter. This one is. Oh yeah, that one is beautiful.
The
Royal
cream of the crop here is the new
Starship. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one
goes for quite a bit, right?
Yeah, pretty valuable. It sells loose for around the $100 range, but in box is valued at about $275.
Wow.
So if you've got one of these lying around, I don't. What I do have is this horrific thing.
Yep.
I've
got one of those too.
I got a 12-inch Queen Amidala in box, so that's great.
Hey, whenever it hits, the $1 million range, I think I'll sell it. That's probably,
It goes for $20 now. Honestly, I thought about just giving it away on this show to a live viewer. So if you're out there and you really want it, hit me up in Discord. So
I think I got it for 10, so I can live with that.
All right. Any other real highlights here, Freddie?
We do. Let's see. We had the Sith Speeder and Darth Maul. I think that one was a favorite. I could barely find that. And of course, I think another one, of course, Sabulba's Pod Racer. I never got that one. I always wanted it, but that was one of my favorites.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of
Do we-
droids,
Did we talk about
figures.
these 12 inches too?
The 12 inches. 12 inches. Yeah, hey,
Man.
we've got a bunch of these. I'm going to be honest, I hate these, but they exist. So, which one are we looking at, Rick?
This is Chancellor
Wars
Valorum and a Coruscant guard. I mean, I'd probably buy it for the guard more than Valorum, but yeah, there are a bunch of them, and they're missing. They're missing.
It's the issue is once you get them that big, you can see the detail too well,
Yeah.
or lack thereof. But what I love about the fact that they made a Chancellor Valorum figure, just imagine a kid being like, "Mommy, I want this old bald man," and then you would take him home just so you can put him up on a pedestal and say, "I call for a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Valorum." I mean, imagine taking that toy home just to scold this poor man over and over and over.
Nice. Yep.
No, I want one.
hilarious.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, if you've got a Valorum out there, hit me up and I'll trade you 2 Padmes for a Valorum. Okay.
Ooh.
Any Valorum fans out there? No.
All right, guys, let's get to the fun stuff. Let's talk about the novelty items, and then we'll do our tier ranking. Novelty items. This is, as far as I'm concerned, the cream of the crop. Rick, you ever licked one of these?
What now?
You ever licked a Jar Jar tongue?
I can't say I have. Actually, that's not true. I most definitely did. If we're talking about one of these, then yes.
Yeah.
This is it. We're finally talking about the Jar Jar tongue candy.
I had
on Legends
never
Look Back.
noticed how weird that is, but I 100% did. So,
This
Wow.
is, as far as I'm concerned, the single greatest piece of Star Wars merchandise ever created by a long shot. It ain't even close, guys.
gonna have to add that to the list for
This
the
is the
therapist.
keystone. This is the keystone of Too Far.
This
Yeah.
is when they said, "Do you think we went too far?" I wish Emily was on the show for this one. I really do. Somebody send Emily this clip,
Yep.
please. We need to get a live reaction video
her
for the
reaction.
patrons.
I just can't get over the detail on the tongue.
Yeah, it's bumps. It's bumpy. Yep.
It's bumpy.
But here's the best part:
Yep.
when you suck on the tongue, you get to look down and make eye. Can't even say it. Get to look down and make eye contact with this Jar Jar toy. I mean, it's obscene.
Oh,
It's
man.
All right,
obscene.
I can't. I gotta take this off the screen. I can't anymore.
Okay, we put this request up on the
Freaking
on the
Rick
screen. We need a
traumatized.
Patreon event. Patreon event coming your way if we can find one. We need to buy one and have me eat it live on the show. For a certain Patreon.
Show me the money.
That's honestly, I want one of these for the collection, and I've wanted one for years, but I don't know where to find them. Where would one find? What am I gonna do? Walk into the comic book shop and say, "Hey, Rick, give me the one."
Give me those tongues.
Rick, say, "Hey, you got Jar Jar tongue candies?" Like, how are you gonna do this? Like, what? How do you... Anyway, so there's more.
Yeah, you
on the
gotta
novelty side of
casually
things.
take off your sunglasses. Just
Yeah.
like, yeah, you got any of those tongue refills?
I need my fix.
All right, moving on. The only things that could possibly be rivaled in this category among the greatest pieces of Phantom Menace merch of all time, as far as I'm concerned, are the drink products. This is my
Oh,
holy
yeah.
grail beyond the shadow of a doubt. The Episode 1 Pepsi machine. Look at this glorious beaut. Oh,
Man, that is.
I
good.
asked my
Worked-
wife.
Worked for me.
They're still around. They're still in circulation.
I asked my wife if I got one, could we replace our fridge? She said no. But I could probably put it up here in the collection. What were you going to say, Freddie?
Oh no, I just recall buying more Pepsi because of things like this.
I don't know if I ever
This worked for me.
I don't know if I ever got to even use one. I mean, I might have.
I don't recall either.
But I definitely remember drinking some of the Pepsi cans. So there was a line
Oh,
of
yeah.
Pepsi products that had Freddie, who all do we see here? Whose faces are on these cans?
Yeah, at the top row here, we've got Anakin, Sebulba, Qui-Gon, Watto. We've got some Jabba there. I'm assuming that's Senator Palpatine still
Mhm.
at the top. So we've got, and of course at the bottom, R2-D2. We've got Sith Palps.
Huh.
Not naked yet.
Who could that guy be? He looks
Yeah,
familiar.
That's Sidious. I don't know what you mean by Palps. That's Sidious.
That's Sidious. Sorry, that's Darth Sidious. We've got Darth Jar Jar. We've got Mace, Crazy Mace, as they call him, and we've got what Mullet Obi-Wan
Yeah.
That's right.
on the far end over there.
Yeah, two
Yep.
steps away from Moulin Rouge, Obi-Wan. That's what that is. So
Man.
if anybody out there has any of these sitting around at home, shoot us a link over in the the Legends Books Discord channel, and we would love to see you drinking out of Jabba's head. Some other fun things. Friend of the show, JG, said his favorite piece of merch from this time period was the Naboo Guard, the Naboo Guard Super Soaker. He and his friends would pretend to climb up rooftops with these. Love that. And then, yeah, it's great. It looks really good.
Oh man. Yeah, I had a toy like this. It shot like a Nerf gun, Nerf bullet thing.
I would prefer to have
Just
one
like
that
that.
squirts. I would love to squirt you with one. Let's be honest.
Yep, that sounds about right.
I think there's
Squirt 'em.
one that is like the holy grail for me. There's one novelty item that I need to get. It's just a matter of time. And putting aside the money, right? Because right now, if I use that to buy the battle droid cooler,
Oh man,
it set me back a little
yeah.
bit.
Oh, we
I-
almost blew past this.
I really want this too. I was gonna say the
This
same
is-
thing.
So
holy grail
so
here.
describe
right
it, Freddie, for the audio listeners.
All right, so you've got, what is this? The transport? What is the transport's name? I can't recall.
Me neither. It's got a very technical,
ETT,
yeah, droid transport, but it's got a bunch of letters to it.
Yeah. So anyway, it's the droid transport, and it's got a bunch of cans. You've got Mountain Dew, Coca-Cola cans in there, and you slide it out, and it's not just the cans, but the cans have toppers, and those toppers are battle droids.
It's so good.
About
It's so good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe on each side or so. A decent amount.
Roger,
Yeah,
Roger.
Probably a whole 12 pack. Roger.
Roger that, my friends. Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great one. Of course, we started off the show by showing off the Phantom Menace novelization by Terry Brooks. What's great about this, it's a Star Wars books podcast after all. What's great about this, we talked about it before, won't say a lot here. They made, 4 or 5 collectible covers?
Yeah.
4?
Mm.
And they've got a face on the front and on the back, dual-wielding faces.
Nice.
And it's just, look at that ugly mug of Watto. Fantastic. You love to see it.
I
So-
remember buying each one thinking they were different books. And
Oh,
then
nice.
finishing one and then reading the next being like, wait a minute.
I read this before.
You want to hear how obsessive I am about my Star Wars book collection?
Of course.
How?
I own 4 copies of this that are on my Legends bookshelf in the correct placement, every single cover.
Nice.
And then I own another 4 copies of it that's on my Canon books shelf to go in the correct placement of it. So I own 8 copies of this in hardback,
choose
and then I
just
have
one.
another one that's paperback on the paperback shelf.
Nice.
I sent my Watto version over to Tyler, if you recall, old friend of the show who
Oh, cool.
used to talk about the comics.
Yeah, shout out to Tyler. Before we get into the game, we got to get to it quickly. Let's just say a word about the KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut merch. There's a ton. They had the
Oh,
cup
man.
toppers. You buy like $3-4 premium. We've got some images here showing which different ones you can get. They're just like your little Happy Meal-esque toys. I remember having a few. I believe the Yoda in the chair. You could flip him over, and it was like a magic 8-ball. So you would kind of look up.
I have that one. Yes.
under his butt there. Yeah.
Yes.
And
He guided me through many problems in middle school.
if your decision making is happening on the bottom of Yoda's chair, what could go wrong? And I think I had the Sith Infiltrator, some good ones there. And
Mhm.
then the cool thing is the boxes on these. The boxes on these you could put together into a super spread. So if you get all the boxes, I did not know this until today. the back sides of the boxes. I think we've got an image of this.
Mhm.
You can line them all up, and it makes like a super connected collectible mural. Look at this.
That's great.
Did you guys know about this?
No.
Yeah, I had a few of them. Didn't go as far as getting all of them, and I was like, wait a minute, there's an image, and I
That
was so
puppet
sad.
Yoda. Mm.
There's a ton of
Puppet
these. A
Yoda.
ton of these.
Yeah.
Now we got some great info coming in from Skooma Joe, and that is that this was not just merch. Like they did like a whole like storytelling campaign surrounding this.
Yeah.
Saying honestly, I don't even know what he's saying. Something about Marfalump was the mascot for the Star Wars Pepsi brand deal in 1999. There were several commercials with him in it, so it's bizarre. Yes, in
It's
fact, you know about these, Freddie?
I have not heard about this. Hold on, let me check it out. I might.
So
It might be
what's
one of those
crazy?
we call.
According to the Wook, there's like Wikipedia pages about KFC characters.
Let's see this.
So I found this week I was trying to find a definitive list of all the toys, and this is what I found instead. Colonel Harlan Sanders is a spectacle-wearing human male who was born around 97 BBY.
Oh.
A known lightsaber wielder, Sanders is a
What?
strong and determined individual and fierce opponent of the dark side. Sanders founded KFC, an establishment that serves buckets of chicken that was prepared using a secret recipe.
Make it
And
stop.
yes, you can click on the secret
Make it
recipe, and that takes you to another Wikipedia page telling you about the legend of the secret recipe. Anyway, he fought in the Battle of Naboo alongside Pizza Hut Girl and the Chihuahua.
What?
That's great. That's great. So
Marfalump. Go look up Marfalump.
I
we-
can't wait.
we'll definitely have to do it. So there's a ton of stuff, guys. It's time for the game. Let's get to the game. Here's the game. The game is we are ranking definitively. Yeah, there's the cup toppers. There's a bunch. I've got them. Oh, and the pizza boxes. Rick, what is this?
This would be a Pizza Hut box featuring your Jar Jar Binks. Let's see. How many others were there?
There's 4 that I found, but
Nice.
these look great. If anybody's
Oh,
got any
yeah.
of these, I definitely want these in the collection.
I'm starting to appreciate some pizza box art.
Sans the pizza. Please send them empty if you have them. But guys, let's rank them once and for all. We've now seen the scope of what was offered. And we're not ranking like every single action figure, but I've got like highlights, a handful. And then we're going to go through. When it's your turn, we're going to go around the horn here. We'll do it fairly quickly for the sake of time and tedium. And when it's your turn, you can do one of two things. You can A, place something on the tier list. So I would declare the Pepsi fridge as S tier, for example. S tier being even higher than A tier, as in superior. Okay, as in Sidious tier. You put that up top. You can put something on the tier list. The other thing you can do on your turn is you can move someone else's up or down. So you can bump up or down one tier when it's your turn if you disagree with someone else's placement. And we're going to give a turn to the chat as well. Chat gets a turn. Okay, so Rick, lead us off with the definitive Phantom Menace merch tier list of 1999.
Wow. Okay, so are you saying I get the first pick, or am I describing it?
First pick. Yeah, first pick. You pick one item, and you get to put it where you want it. You get to
Oh,
put it
man.
where you want it.
All right, so for me, it's gonna have to be. Let's see. S is superior. What is it?
Yeah, that's the highest tier. That's why it's on top.
Okay.
And
Well,
then
thank you.
it's A down through D after that.
See, that makes no sense because it's sad and red, and it looks like it's bad.
Just
but,
rank one, Rick.
all right. We're gonna go with the Naboo Starfighter, top of the list, or
Ooh,
the Queen's. What's it called? The
Okay.
Nubian-
the Nubian.
Yep.
Nubian Royal Starship.
There you go. Thank you.
Naguian Starship.
Hey,
Naboo.
come on.
100%. The Battle Droid can cooler is, in my opinion, an S tier.
What are we gonna do?
Good
Just
choice,
put all of
good
this in
choice.
S tier, guys? Come on. All right. For my
mean,
first
Our
pick,
mouth.
for my first pick, 12-inch Queen Amidala is D tier. Sorry, D tier.
That's your first pick out of all the
First
things
pick
you
is
could
D
pick.
tier. I hate
That's
this thing.
not
I
how
look
you
at
do
it-
drafts. That's not how this works.
This is not a draft. This is a tier list.
Yeah. Okay.
You're up, Rick.
Oh,
No, it's the chat's turn. The chat. So the chat. Now it's your
chat's
turn.
turn.
So you would
Steven
say
Smith.
you can move something up or down or add something. So somebody in the chat, first come first
Scuba
serve.
Joe.
It is your turn to put
His
something up.
school.
and if it takes
Sir
more than 5
Eddie.
seconds, we're gonna skip you.
Yeah, we'll move on. We'll keep going. But when they put theirs up,
Yes.
you know what to do, Rick.
All right. So back to me. I'm gonna say. Okay. I'll put the.
Ooh, we got one. Steven.
The Comtech. I'll put it at B.
Okay, Comtech. Which one? Which character is that?
Can we
Okay.
downvote someone
No.
else's?
Yes.
Yes, when it's your turn, but that would be your use of your turn.
Oh, okay. So there's 2 Comtechs. Okay. I don't know how many there were
There's
in this
like
list.
4. Which one?
Yeah.
is
Okay.
that?
I see. I can't tell. Looks like. Is that
I've got Adigalia, Seal Bibble, Kiadimundi, and maybe Darth
Seal
Maul.
Pipple?
That's Adigalia.
D tier.
Yeah.
All right, Adigalia B tier. That's fine.
I mean, yeah, I didn't realize that there were others. I just
There's a Sabe up
saw.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine if
looking-
you use the Darth Maul Comtech, right? It's not the
Man.
right voice. Hey, you want to get sliced?
Bet
Yes.
you won't. Bet you don't want to see these spider legs.
right. Want to
All
catch
right,
up
so-
with some comments?
Yes.
So, Stephen, I think you might have missed our discourse about this, but we're gonna put Jar Jar on the A list for you, buddy.
A tier. Okay. All right.
Ooh.
Controversial pick there.
Yep.
All right. Keep going with the chat. We
All
got.
right.
Skooma?
Let's see. Yep. Skooma said the Pepsi cans are S, going to the top. Pretty
You
cool.
love to
pretty
see it.
cool.
I'm not
We've
drinking.
got a
out of-
couple votes.
I've got a Ozark drink, so not
Oh,
unfortunately.
Here I
Jabba's
was,
head.
25-year-old soda.
Oh boy. So
No, my soda's not
uh,
25 years old.
We've
Thankfully.
got some votes, Jared. We've got
Yeah,
some votes for
looks like
Jar-
Jar Jar might have to be moved up.
All right, move it up to S tier.
Oh,
That's right. So
my
2 votes.
many
from the chat.
Goodness. Yeah, I
And-
think he is like leading the pack now. If we're capturing tallies, then he's
So now, Rick, you could move it all the way to the
Sheesh.
left since it's got that many votes.
what?
So there's
No
rankings within the
way.
rankings. There you go.
sorcery.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So at the top of
What
the
kind
list.
sorcery is this?
Uh,
Can we,
Jared, is it your turn?
I'd like to put in a vote for a D tier.
Okay, what you got, Freddie?
We're gonna do Chancellor Valorum.
Okay. Where is he?
I have a
Right in the-
vote of no
There he is.
confidence.
Where is he?
Vote
right
of
here.
No confidence, right there. There you go.
Yep. So the 12-inch figures are not doing too well right now. Not doing too well.
Yeah.
I'm a 3 3/4 purist. I don't even like 6-inch black figures, black series figures.
Hmm.
Don't like them. They're too big. They're gangly, unruly.
What
too
else, chat?
articulated.
Gangly,
got-
gangly.
Yeah.
Whose
Let
turn
the
is
chat catch up. I'm gonna go with my turn. Who do we have left there? Boy, that is a small image on my little computer. Let me blow this up so I can see him a little better. Who's getting? Oh, cup toppers. Definitely S tier for the cup toppers for me. I love the
Okay.
cup toppers. It's like
yeah.
my favorite piece of merch.
All right. Whose turn is it now?
Yours or the chat's, whichever you're feeling.
I am gonna move down to cup toppers because I think they're overrated.
No, dude. Fine. When you come to my house, you're gonna have to drink out of a cup, like a pour.
I really just want to see how you
Getting
react to
old
that.
Yeah, like
They
a
are pretty
peasant.
cool. I'm just messing with you.
R2D2 case. A.
Yes.
A tier for that. All
Pretty
right,
cool, pretty
all right,
cool.
all right. So here's some more good ones in the chat. We've got Fishing with Qui-Gon Jinn at B tier from Isgul. Fishing with Qui-Gon Jinn
Ooh.
at B tier.
Fishing with Qui-Gon.
It sounds
It's
like a show on like the Outdoor Network.
Yep. I might watch that. I might
That would be very
just
wholesome.
watch that. We need to have a UTini guide for fishing with Qui-Gon.
There's always a bigger
Yeah.
fish.
Yes.
All right. Another good one from the chat. Vending machine has got to be S tier. Yeah, I mean that's SS plus tier as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, we'll move it like middle of the pack, maybe even right about there.
Okay, so
That's
is
good.
it Freddy's turn now?
Sure.
What do we have left here?
Just a few. We got Sabe, There's Adigalia, the Super Soaker.
They must be sorted.
Ooh, Super Soaker. I think that's a nice A tier.
Okay.
That looks like a lot of
Okay.
fun. I definitely have fun with it.
Yeah, I mean the Nerf one, like I said, I played with that toy for years. So good
Yeah.
choice.
All right, back to you, Rick.
Oh boy. What is this? Is this Comtech? This
That's a CinemaScene playset of Qui-Gon dueling Maul.
that looks sick. Let's go A tier for that one.
We could never afford those, so
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like YOLO, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go
Okay,
for it
on
now.
my turn, I'm going to use my vote to bump down the Nubian to A tier, just because. All right, I've got one of those big ships that's so big you put your action figures in,
Mhm.
and it's too big for the shelves, guys. It's too big for the shelves. Wait, it's too
Man.
big for the toy bucket. Where are you going to put this thing?
Well, you got to prioritize and have room for your ships, Jared.
I'm going to be honest. I don't even know where my ship is.
Maybe you take one of the 4 Phantom Menace covers and choose one.
Okay, you could get rid of 3 and still not have enough room for a ship.
Yeah,
These
you're
things are
right.
freaking huge.
You're right.
All right, let's round it out. Rapid fire, lightning round. Freddie, you're next.
I almost want to bump down Jar Jar, but I think as a concept, it needs to stay at number 1.
Do it for
So
the
I'm gonna
memes,
leave it
Freddie.
there. I will use my vote if I have to raise it up back to S though. Let's see here. Co Bibble. How about a C for Co Bibble?
Co Bibble is in C tier.
Where is this? I can't see.
I'll try to blow it up on my end and see if
Is
I can
this-
tell.
You say C tier?
Yes, that's him. He's C tier.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. For my
Oh,
turn, I'm gonna bump Co
boy.
Bibble down to D tier. Ain't nobody. He is the literal definition of a peg warmer.
Nice. I'm gonna go deluxe lightsaber C tier.
Yeah, it's weird because like I don't even
Oh,
think there's a
man.
blade in there. I think it's just the handle that you like squeeze onto their hips so you can
Hmm.
wiggle them around and make them fight.
Yep, that's how you do it.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Nice. Who's next?
Freddie.
Okay, let's see here. Do we have Darth Maul Comtech?
We do.
Let's do B on that one.
Nice.
And I'm going to close this out for the sake of time with Ki-Adi-Mundi, B tier, KFC, all the KFC toys in A tier. That's right, Rick. You knew exactly where to go. And Sabe's like a B tier. This is like I
Yeah.
said, she's like sport mode Queen Amidala. Because like with an action figure, you can make her do a lot of fun stuff. She goes on crazy adventures.
And you
up
have
here
the
in this room.
Comtech.
All right, last round,
Of-
guys. To move anything you want to move.
I will move the toppers back up.
Oh, thank you.
There
Thank
you
you, good
go.
sir.
You're welcome.
This is like
I think
a
that completes
weird,
it.
It's like a weird Secret Santa. We ready to lock it in?
Those are
Let's lock
good.
it
Those are solid.
The definitive
save it.
Legends look back, Phantom Menace, merchandise, tier list. Whew, there's a lot of stuff.
Collector
of
Toy
things.
Guide.
Found at a Toys R Us near you, coming back to stores by $20.99.
Look in your nearest airport.
Yes.
It's been a lot of fun. I'm excited to drink out of the back of Sticky Boss Nass's, get some Pepsi in here, drink out of the back of his ponytail, and go on down to Dallas to hang out with Rick for the re-release of the Phantom Menace. But that is going to do it for this episode of Legends Look Back. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks for our incredible patrons for your support. Thanks to the live chat for having been here tonight. You can find us every other Tuesday night on the Utini Vault Discord channel. YouTube channel, going live every other Tuesday night at 8:30 Central. Next episode is going to be on Tuesday, March 26th for the New Jedi Order Agents of Chaos Roundtable. Thanks to our incredible patrons. A special thank you to Brian Dooley, Carl Sander, Michael Fry, Raymond Bazinski, as well as James T., Ashley Ingalls, Colton Fife, and Chris Carrizo. If you'd like your thoughts read on the show, boy, there's a lot to chime in on for this episode. Throw them at us, please. Our contact information can be found in the description. You can catch us live, like I said, every other Tuesday night at youtube.com/@UtiniVault. Ring that bell if you want to get notified whenever we go live, It's a good way to keep up with that. Remember to sub to the channel. Leave us a review in your podcast platform of choice. Give us those little sparkly stars. Those help other folks find the show, just like you did. You can also find us on Twitter at Legends Look Back. Remember to keep the Utini fan code. We're almost there, guys. Keep the Utini fan code and be a force for positivity in the fandom. May the force be with you, Slimos.